Hello, welcome back to the Sketchpad Pod. Today I'm going to be painting and chatting and yeah, I'm not really sure where this video is going to go, but I thought I'd take you along for the ride. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Alicia. I'm normally on this channel with the help of my lovely cousin Honor, and we talk about art, creativity, pop culture and all that jazz. So if you're interested, keep watching and let's get into the video. Yeah, so you're going to have to excuse the fact that I'm outside. I am in the British countryside. There may be some background noise, but today I'm going to be working on this lovely painting here, and it's been one that I've been working on for a little while. It is an abstract painting, but you might be able to see some shapes within it because I based it off pictures of my grandparents and my great grandparents' wedding photos. So I'm really interested in looking at memories and nostalgia and how to sort of abstract images in the way that our memories fade. And what I'm doing today is I'm just going to tweak the painting a little bit. I'm going to add some enamel paint. It comes in a really small little pot like so, and this one is silver, which I think will go with the nice blue theme we've got going on. It was my birthday yesterday, and my brother got me a lovely set of brushes, so really nice fine detail brushes, so hopefully I can get in and create some interesting shapes with those. I've also got my tea at the ready. You always need good tea. I'm going to start with a number 3 and a number 4 paintbrush and see whether that works out okay. I use a little bit of white spirit to mix them with, and I tend to just use my lovely old Tupperware lid as a paint palette, so that's what we're going to use today. Really professional. For those of you that don't know, I am an art student. I'm currently about to go into my second year doing art in London at Central St Martin's, which is very exciting. But for the duration of lockdown with Miss Corona, I've been working from home. It's definitely changed somewhat the way that I go about perceiving my work, or the way that I interact with art as a whole, as a wider community, and how I can interact with the art world. One of the great things about studying art is the fact that you have all of your peers in one place, and they can be a really great source of feedback, but you also feel like you're all in it together. You're all having to navigate this like crazy world of galleries and curators and buyers and the art educational system. Educational is that the word? Education system as a whole. It's been really weird working from home. I'm very lucky in that I have this little space. I can come in here and get away from other people and just try and relax, you know. I think art is meant to be therapeutic. In a time like this, especially when you study art or do art for a living, you can kind of forget to relax. You can take yourself a bit too seriously in a way, I think. And yeah, I wouldn't say that's great for your imagination. And this is one of the things I've been thinking about, is the idea of the modern tortured artist. Because we all think about the tortured artist as, you know, someone like Van Gogh, someone from history, an artist that worked alone, and they worked out of pain, out of a, you know, had a tough upbringing, and that definitely can be true. I think a lot of people do use their life experiences as influence for their art. But I also think it's a misconception that all artists work alone, or that all artists have to be sad. But also I think there's some sort of pressure on us as artists to make work which is in some way speaking about the current moment, or in some way is serious and has an explicit meaning, or that the artist is trying to say something about society. And I think a lot of artists do that. This is the thing, it's not clear cut. I think that there shouldn't be pressure on artists to feel like they have to talk about current issues, to feel like they have to talk about their upbringing or their experiences. Or there shouldn't be a pressure to make sad artwork or make art that's difficult for the sake of that being the only type of artwork that's accepted or thought of as good. And that's not to say that perhaps that comes from a privileged position of not feeling like I have had such terrible experiences that I need to express those. And I think it's really important to have a diverse range of experiences, and I think art really allows for that sort of freedom of expression. I just think lockdown has made me want to try and be less critical about myself. Part of the modern day issue is that it's very easy to critique oneself without a face-to-face interaction with someone. We live in a world which is so saturated with images, and also images are always being edited or curated or made for a certain aesthetic. They're made so that they can be seen on a screen or on a phone, and that's not how all artists work, and that's not how all art is intended to be seen. I go on my Instagram feed. I have a separate Instagram account for my artwork, which I'll put down below. Cheeky self-promo. You can also follow the Sketchpad Pod on Instagram. I definitely feel this need to have an online presence. You want to stand out against everyone else, and you get some traction online. You never know whether that might lead into being able to sell your work, or that galleries might be able to show your work. I don't think the image that you see on Instagram of a person's artwork is conclusive of their whole breadth of work, or what their work would look like in person. And you see these like perfectly formed images of artwork. The lighting's perfect, the colours are being fine-tuned, and it can make you doubt whether your work is valid. It can also make you work harder. You can see other people's work and be like, oh yeah, I need to up my game. But it's also a very narrow lens of what good art, quote unquote, is. That isn't necessarily conclusive of all art styles. And this is the thing, like, you can see so many galleries or magazines that are posting for open calls for artists. They're all based on a theme, and especially during lockdown they've all been about Miss Corona and how artists are working within the current time, which is, you know, good, relevant. We love artists who are topical, but I go back to my previous statement that not all people feel the need to dissect the current situation they're in, or to contemplate that. Sometimes you just want to keep making art for art's sake. You just want to keep expanding the things you're interested in, and that might not be grand or profound. I guess maybe it's because I've been in a light-hearted mood. I just want to encourage people to make art, no matter whether they think it's relevant or topical or deep. I want to encourage people to see it as something that can uplift or enrich your day to day. And also to not compare yourself too harshly to others, especially those artists on Instagram. Don't think that makes your work any less valid if it's not the same. A lot of artwork that I enjoy, I don't think I could ever make. I just don't have the skill, the actual technical abilities. My mind doesn't work in the same way either, but I just have to remember that that's okay. And I'd like to point out that this work is actually not for uni. It's just for me. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I think this painting is nearly finished, and all I'm going to do is varnish it. But I will have a photo up once it's done on my Instagram, and also I might put it on the Sketchpad pod if you'd be interested in that. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching. I just encourage you all to try out some art this week, just have some fun, don't overthink it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Lots of love, bye!